On this Game Boys review, I decide who I am, Nintendo forgets gender neutrality, and Rob climbs a rock. Thank you. Welcome to Game Boys Reviews, and we have quite the show in store for you today.
Wait, I have an announcement.
Oh, and what would that be, Robert?
Well, I mean, I have a camera and an SD card, and I'm going to film you.
And by you, he means me. And with that, we can begin. Straight on the heels of its predecessor comes one of the most anticipated games on the Switch since Breath of the Wild. So now that we have the game, the eventual question comes up. How long of an update until we can actually play the game? Right, so Splatoon 2 is updating right now, which is typical of any game these days. So, to put us in the Splatooning mood, Rob and I have decided to draw on this chalkboard. Rob, what are you drawing exactly?
It's us. Can't you see that?
Yes, it's very interesting. I've decided to try and start drawing the... Wow. Nintendo is magic. Trendy kids running around painting everything they can, despite their parents' dismay. Splattering other little kids to your heart's delight. Defying the laws of physics and turning into an inaccurate portrayal of a squid who can swim in paint but not water. And puns. Oh yes. Puns galore. So, let's start with the game does right. Graphically, it's impeccable, a grand marvel, and truly shows off the power of the Switch. You got the glimmering effect of the paint, dripping effects, and of course, the sheen of your trendy kid's hair. The gameplay is lighthearted and fun. There's no pressure to go around killing other people like most shooters would be. No. Instead, the ultimate goal of the game is to paint as much of the battleground as you can in a certain amount of time. And, much like Rob here, climbing this rock in a no trespassing zone, the game, and for that matter, Rob, teaches our youth to be rebels with a heart.
Wait, I'm teaching who?
Our youth, Rob, our youth.
We're not young anymore.
No, our kids, Rob, our kids.
What? We have kids?
Well, they would be teaching our youth if it wasn't for the fact that killing other squidlings wasn't so much fun with the weapons and charges they give you. Now, Nintendo claims that these are just simple painting items and they cause no harm to anyone and don't kill trendy little kids running around with their parents' wealth like a frat boy looking for a job after college. But that's a bold-faced lie. No. Instead, these are weapons. Squidling killing machines. The likes of which haven't been seen in over 2 years. Fortunately, each weapon feels different, which is odd, seeing as how they essentially do the exact same thing.
Wait.
Hi. Yes, Robert. There are different rates of fire, damage rates, ranges, sniper rifles, machine guns, and dual wielding. And with each weapon set, there's a variety of different grenades and chargers to go with it. And since there are 30 levels to unlock different weapon sets, it's a pretty good motivation to keep leveling up and unlock those sets. And since each one is so cheap, you can easily buy them all and see which one works best for you. Not only can you unlock and buy guns, but in this little squid city, there's a mini shopping center where you can buy different clothing items to not only make your cool kid look even fresher, but also give them some extra perks and buffs that they may need to get the extra edge on their competition. You see, the combination of different clothes and weapons comes together to create an experience that I haven't seen in too many games before. Oh, yeah, except those. Alright, so Splatoon 2 is fine and dandy, but here's the thing. While the opening hours of Splatoon 2 were joyous and fun, it begins to wear down the more you play. You see, it's kind of like the beginning of the MLB season. It's so great and exciting, you can't wait to experience as much as you can, but there's 162 games and, well, there's no end in sight, and let's just face it, almost none of the games matter. And sure, in Splatoon 2, you could try the ranked game modes, but that doesn't unlock until level 10, and, well, good luck getting there, because, well, you will lose. A lot. It's frustrating and damning, and given enough time, winning itself isn't even all that great of a feeling. Now, there may be several reasons for that, but one of them could be the fact that you only play on 2 different maps every hour, which gets very stale, seeing as how there's only 8 of them to begin with, which in total means you're only rotating 4 pairs of maps throughout the day. And right off the bat, there are certain weapons and chargers that are just better than the others. You see, it's kind of like all these cleaning products. Yes, they're all great and colorful and say different things about what they clean, but in the end, they all do the same thing. They clean. This one's my favorite, though.
Well, anything else?
Yes, sadly. I mean, the weapons were so horribly imbalanced that, well, created for really bland gameplay. And, well, the matchmaking is the worst thing I've seen since ever.
Really?
Yes. A level 1 can easily be paired up with level 20, and that combined with imbalanced weapons and a lack of variety of maps made for a really frustrating game experience.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I'm assuming it's because the ultimate problem is that it feels exactly like Splatoon 1, which came out on the Wii U in 2015. I mean, they have the exact same game modes, and they play really, really similarly. I mean, almost 1-to-1. And, well, they have those same annoying announcers that you can't skip over.
So kind of like Broski there.
Yeah. Just like Broski. He's a cute little adorable teddy bear. Can't really skip over him. Back to the point I was trying to make. You know, there's little things in this game that still shows that Nintendo's stuck in the past. For example, you can't change your weapons or your clothes in between matches. You can't even back out of the lobby once you join a match, which seems so completely 8-bit to me.
Wow. Okay, so anything else you want to add to that incredible resume?
Well, there are some other game modes besides the online component. There is a campaign mode, but that was so horribly done that I could only get through the first 3 levels. And they did add in one new game mode that was actually really fun called Salmon Run, but it's horribly marred by the fact that Nintendo will only let you play it for certain hours and certain days of the week.
Why?
I'm not too sure. I mean, maybe the fact that Nintendo makes some atmosphere of exclusivity here, kind of like Destiny does with the Iron Banner, but they just can't seem to hit the mark on that, and it would be a lot better if Nintendo just had it all year round.
So, most important question of the night, what'd you end up rating it?
Yeah, knew that one was coming. Alright, given everything, I give Splatoon 2 355 martini glasses out of 2,222 greeting cards. Alright, well, here's the deal, right? I mean, we spent the last couple minutes completely bashing Splatoon 2, but the thing is, there's a reason why it feels so much like Splatoon 1. The Switch is vastly outpacing the Wii U, and, well, Nintendo's tapping into a market that they didn't have in the first place. So here's my deal. Splatoon 2 is a great game. It is really fun to play if you never bought a Wii U. If you're new to Nintendo Switch, you skipped from Wii to Switch, then yes, go ahead, buy Splatoon 2. You're gonna have a lot of fun. My problem is that they're charging me $60 for a game that essentially came out 2 years ago. Well, let's face it, who would be stupid enough to charge you full price for a game that's 2 years plus? And on that shocker, good night, everyone.
Stop saying Aloha Snack Bar!
Long shot.